You must be willing to do the things today that others will not do in order to have the things tomorrow that others will not have. Les Brown said that. They're selling you a dream, my friends. And the price tag is your potential. We've moved from a culture of conquest. I mean, look at America. Whatever we wanted, we used to just go out and take it. You might be black in America and you might say, well, we were never colonizers. Use a lie. Because what was Shaka Zulu doing all those years back? I know he wasn't walking around preaching the gospel. No, he was traveling throughout the south of Africa, putting belt to ass, killing, slaughtering hundreds of thousands of other Africans, taking their land in a mission of vengeance. We've moved from a culture of conquest to a culture of complaint. Just look at the streets. Look at the phone screens. We're being told that everything is an impediment. Everything is a stop sign. We're being told that the system is so rigged, so ancient, so heavy, so absolute that there's nothing we can do about it. But that's not the truth. Here's the truth. If you define your life by what's being done to you, you've already lost. You have no chance whatsoever. I feel like I'm in a special position to talk about this. I feel like any black person who has sense is in a unique position of authority to look out onto what the rest of the world is becoming and speak with authority as to where the current system of operation leads. I literally grew up in a community filled, overrun by victims. Too many people who every single day could do nothing better, couldn't find anything better to do, but constantly remind everyone of how much they suffered, how much they've been oppressed, and how all those years of oppression have put them in a position to where they could never, ever even dream to affect change in their own lives. We had a community of builders, inventors, giants whose shoulders we stood upon, who made us know that we were capable of doing anything we put our minds to. You had George Washington Carver, Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington. Hell, you have Malcolm X. You have Frederick Douglass, Martin Delany. You had giants, Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes. People who challenged you and dared you to dream that there was something more out there for you than what you have been handed. We went from a community of people with a can-do attitudes to a cadre of niggas just standing on the corner. If anyone knows where the spirit of victimhood leads, it's a black person. But do black people use what we know? Do we use the facts that we have become all too familiar with to warn others about the direction we see the world going in? No, not us, not us. We gonna jump right on in and start playing victim too. We've come so far that even people who are born with privilege are finding a way to make themselves a victim. You got a young white man, good looking, blonde hair, blue eyes, bushy tail, trust fund baby. Daddy was a stockbroker. Mama was a stay-at-home wife. He look out into the world, which is truly his oyster. He can do anything he wants to do. And does he go out and do it these days? Hell no. He puts on a dress and puts on some lipstick and say, everybody hates trans people, and now he's a victim. This is the world we live in. Victimhood has become currency. They're selling it and they're buying it. It's like crack cocaine. And while that puts people who have traditionally been disenfranchised and marginalized in a unique position to move from the back to the front of the pack, we don't take advantage of the opportunity. Instead, we just join on in the victimhood Olympics. We talk about everything we can't do. It's so bad that a person could come to America right now today from a third or a fourth world country, and in a matter of months, he can gain more wealth than some of these victims have amassed in their whole entire life. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the goal. Everywhere you look around, help wanted signs. But you come to the internet and people screaming about, it ain't no jobs. Boy, it's 7 million jobs available in America, maybe even more. Yet we have people online talking about, look at the black unemployment rate. I would challenge you to look at the black application rate. How many of these people are actually attempting to go out and get a job? Why would they do that when they could get on the internet and become a social media star by playing the victim? Like I said before, if you define your life by what you can't do, you've already won. I mean, you've already lost. You've already lost. We're being taught in these days that when you see an obstacle, instead of trying to go over it, around it, or through it, you should just stare at the obstacle, document the obstacle, and wait for the obstacle to apologize. My friends, victimhood is a comfortable cage. It gives you an excuse for every failure in your life, and it gives you a target for every frustration. But a victim class has no future. It only has a past that is permanently chained to. We don't need people to pity us. All we need is more people to start working and start building. People are sitting around waiting for the world to be fair, but instead you should just really be striving for respect and excellence. Today I'm going to take my daughter to volleyball practice. The one thing I'm not going to hear anybody do or hear anybody say is, hey, the volleyball net is too high. You know what? I'm not going to hear anybody say, Coach, the volleyball it went too far away from me, so I couldn't get to it. It's so funny that in a world, in a country where we have so many great athletes and people who have just almost superhuman abilities, you have even more people who are permanently consigned to the idea that they are just incapable of doing anything to change their current situation. The only problem with that is you accept that you are powerless to change your situation, but you believe that by complaining, the situation can change itself. You can't change your situation, but you are totally sold on this idea that somebody else can. Well, if you can't do it, why would you think that they can do it? They wake up with 24 hours in a day. They got 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, 1 nose, and 2 ears, just like you. They got a mouth that they can use to speak. You have a mouth that you can use to speak. But instead of using it to speak, you just use it to complain. And then you wonder why nothing is going your way. There's another teaching from the teacher, Les Brown. He talks about the world that we are living in. And he basically makes the world make sense by reducing it down to 3 C's. The first C is change. This world will always change, and there's nothing really you can do about that. The only thing you can do is develop the skills to make the change a little bit easier and a little bit more bearable. The second C is competition or complexity. Every day you wake up, the world is growing more complex. Things that people used to take hours or days or months to do, people can use things like AI to do in a matter of seconds. You used to have authors that would go to a retreat for a year just to write a book. Now, you could tell AI, write me a 5,000-page book about a dog playing with a ball. Boom, in a couple of minutes, done. The world's going to continue to grow more complex. And as technology grows more complex, people's methods of playing the victim will become more complex. People's desires will become more complex. Figuring out exactly what they want will become harder and harder. But what will become harder than that is figuring out what you want. You think your life is going to be decided by what's going on across the water in Iran? You think hating on America and hating on Israel and or the opposite way, hating on Iran is going to have a realistic impact on your outcome? It's not. Those things are just a distraction that you're using to keep from having to face the reality of your existence. You might be a little bit behind. You didn't work as hard as you should have in your earlier years. So you don't have all the things you want. You don't have all the things that others have. But you still have time to get to work. But B, I don't want to work. I want to walk to the coffee shop every damn morning. I want to go to the bar every night and fall down drunk and wake up in the morning. Well, wake up at noon, 2:30, 3 o'clock to walk to the local coffee shop for a little pick-me-up and do it all over again. I ain't got no time for a job. But the problem is you want all the things that everyone else has who's putting in the work. So how will you get them? I know how you're going to get them. You're going to complain until somebody gets so sick of hearing you that they decide, you know what? Let me just give it to you. And if they don't have it to give to you, you complain to a politician. So he could say, well, let me take it from someone who has more than you and force them to split it with you. My friends, in order to have the things you must be willing to do the things today that others will not do, to have the things tomorrow that others will not have. There's no way to get around that. Every single day when you wake up, this will be the reality. It's not going to change until the day you die. So I think we should all stop complaining. I think we should all stop trying to find a way to fit ourselves into the squared circle of victimhood. Trying to put a round peg into a square hole. I think we should look at all the opportunities we do have, focus on that, and exploit those opportunities until we are able to acquire every single thing our heart desires. What do you guys think? Thank you guys for being here. I hope my monologue wasn't too long. Yeah, I want you to pick fruit, boy. If that's what you got to do to make that money. If that's what you got to do to make that money. You bet. Hey, look, my brother said he over here working at Dollar General right now. Hey, ain't no shame in it. Go get your bread. Go get your paper up. Go get your money. As long as you ain't complaining, I respect everything you doing or you got to do to get that Skrilla, man, to get that paper. Guys, we have all these victims in the world now. Everybody and their mama is a damn victim. I'm living in California. You got people with multimillionaire parents living in their house or paying rent for them, and they steady complaining. I remember when I was younger, I met a dude. He was from Silver Lake. That's a very rich area in California. The dude said he moved to Long Beach because his favorite bar was here. And he likes going to the bar all the time. So he just got an apartment like a block away from the bar so he could always go there. You know who was paying his rent? Mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy were making sure that their trust fund baby could live in close proximity to his alcohol-filled nipple so he can go and get drunk and party every night. I bet that guy is running around here somewhere with an EBT card talking about how capitalism has prevented him from making something of himself. We are that far gone. It is ridiculous. But the only thing that gives me a little hope are those of us who still believe in the old ways. Hard work, dedication, perseverance, going out, doing the things you have to do to get the things you want. Asking not what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country. And what's so crazy is these people are such victims that they're not just satisfied with being a victim themselves. They have to figure out ways to make you adopt this idea that you're a victim. Because the more you strive for excellence, the more you take accountability and responsibility for your existence, the more it makes them realize what lazy bums they truly are. And they can't ever let somebody expose them to the reality of their existence. So they have to find a way to discredit that person or bring that person over to their side. Everybody has hard times. Everybody faces tough times. Everybody has obstacles that they're forced to deal with in their life. It doesn't matter who you are. But some people are going to let that situation get the better of them, while some people are going to do what they have to do to defeat that situation. It's as easy as that. All over the internet, I'm looking and I'm seeing people just criticizing. That's what we do these days. It's just criticize, 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 criticize. Zero solutions, zero alternatives, no effort to try to make things better through your own, your own effort, your own ability. All it is let's just criticize everybody else because they're not doing the things the way that they want, that we want them to do it. I've been talking and debating back and forth with people about this Iran situation. And people have been on me, you're a sellout. You are a tool of Israel. The Zionists have paid you off, all this stuff. Listen, if the Zionists paid me off, I wouldn't have a donation button up there asking for 10 donations of $5 or more. Trust and believe that. But the reality is I don't really have a dog in the fight except for America because I live here. But beyond that, I really don't care. But my biggest issue with everything that we see going on is you have a bunch of people complaining about everything that's happening, telling you that their side is better than the side you've chosen for yourself. But they can never tell you what their alternative is. I promise you. I would challenge a liberal person. I'll put the link in the comments to come up here and talk. I would challenge any liberal person. You don't even got to be a liberal. Click the link. Hey, Brandon, you voted for Trump. That's the wrong thing. Okay, tell me who I should vote for in 2028. I got people talking about, Trump voters, are y'all happy that y'all with what y'all got? I mean, shit, what was the alternative? More than happy for what I got, I'm happy with what I didn't get. Everybody knows what you shouldn't have done, but they can never tell you what you should have done, and they can never tell you what you should do going forward. You want to silence a protester, one of these bums in the street, one of these free Palestine losers? You want to sign one of these, you pick the cause because they got so many, you can't even keep track of them. Ask them what's their solution. Ask them, hey, you know what I should do, or you know what I shouldn't have done. What would you suggest that I do? And I promise they won't have an answer for you, because these people's job is to constantly criticize the people that are taking action. Trump shouldn't have bombed Iran. Okay, dude. So what were you going to do to ensure that a radicalized terrorist government didn't get a nuclear missile? I don't know. SpaghettiOs. They don't know. They just know that they're angry and they're mad as hell because of what Trump did. I got a friend who hates Israel for some reason. I can't tell you why. We grew up together. I don't know what no Zionist ever did to him, but he hates Israel. And I have no problem with his issues or him not liking Israel. I have no issue with that. It doesn't move me in any way. But my only question to him is, why? What have they done to you to make you either like or dislike them? Same thing with Iran. What have they done to you to make you either like or dislike them? The only real thing that gives me smoke from Iran, for Iran, is they always chanting death to America, and I happen to live here. They kidnapped some U.S. troops, blew up some troops. I don't think that's great, right? The only issue I have with Hamas is they kidnapped some Americans on October 7th. Don't do that. But I don't have any animosity towards these people. I don't know these people. I'm sure there are plenty good people over in every last one of those countries. The only thing I understand is that there's a bunch of people in America that I know for a fact don't give a damn about that situation over there, but they're using the situation just to weaponize it against the current administration of the United States of America. And I'm even okay with that. The only thing I need you to tell me is, what is your alternative? Who would you pick instead? Would you pick Chuck Schumer? Someone who's willing to shut down our government and watch American families go hungry because their parents are going to work but they're not getting a paycheck? That's who you want leading the country? Somebody petty as hell who puts party over common sense and dignity? And while they collect their check as a member of Congress or the Senate, they got you starving, can't collect your check for all the work that you're doing working for the government. I could never vote for somebody like that. You wanted me to pick Kamala Harris, huh? We must not be burdened by the things that have been. Word salad Sue. The person who, there was some females, they was like, well, this is what you get when you pick the orange man instead of a qualified black woman. I said, bro, by the time they got to the point where people were voting in the general election, Kamala Harris was stealing Donald Trump's policies. There's not a doubt in my mind that Kamala Harris wouldn't have went to war with Iran even faster than Donald Trump did. Because there's something about women with power where I feel they feel that they got to prove that they're just as macho as the men. And so they're much more willing to pull the trigger. So that's my question to these people. What's your alternative? What would you have me do as opposed to what I actually did or what I have done? Give me your solution and I'll consider it. Most of these people are like, yo, I just hate both sides. They all these hate win. Okay, that's good for you. Well, since you hate both sides, this conversation is over. One thing I cannot stand is a person who's constantly complaining, but they don't really know what they want. Well, that's because the way they want what they want is to sit up and have a reason to constantly complain. And I just can't get on board with that. So guys, what's going on in the Middle East right now? We've watched all the announcements. Donald Trump been talking big shit. That's what he always does. He be talking. bro be running his yap. He never shuts up. And I guess that's okay as long as you do a good job as president. But what he's saying right now is that he's initiated a ceasefire where Iran is being given 5 days, which, by the way, I disagree with Trump on it. Y'all say you never disagree with Trump. I disagree with Trump on this. I don't think you should give Iran 5 days to go move weapons around and stuff and then start talking shit because they didn't move the missile launchers and stuff, and they can go on another couple weeks of barraging Israel and other Middle Eastern allies. So I don't agree with him on that. If you're going to go in whooping on folks, don't give them a break. You know, I remember, do y'all remember the movie Bloodsport? Y'all remember when the big white dude beat up Bolo in the first few minutes of their match? He was whooping him out. And then when he got Bolo on the ground, he jumped up and started celebrating. Yeah, I got him. Bolo was down, but he wasn't out. He got up. He tapped that crack on the shoulder. He turned around. He bust his head wide open to the white meat show. And bro was laid up in the hospital on life support. Clearly, Donald Trump has never seen Bloodsport. When you whooping somebody's tail, you don't give them a break. You don't let up until they can't get up. But for some reason, Donald Trump feels this is necessary. Now, being the thug that he is, I believe Trump might just be setting their ass up. See, and that's why I kind of like Trump, because Trump do the shit to them that they would do to you, right? Trump be on some like, let's meet at the negotiation. He's like, what's that one dude's name? What's the king name from Braveheart? Longshanks. That's some shit he used to do. He'll set up a meeting with you. Edward the First, Edward Longshanks. One of the things he used to do, he'll set up a meeting with you. And then when you come into the meeting, he'll trap your ass and kill you. That's Trump. Trump will set up a meeting with you, and then he'll just bomb your shit while you at the meeting. Like, damn. And even the Iranians are like scared. Because Trump's like, yeah, let's meet. Go get together and work it out. And they really think that when they get in a room to try to talk about this, they think Trump just going to come in and blow up the room. It's crazy to hear a bunch of bloodthirsty terrorists talking about how they scared that you're going to do some terroristic type shit to them. If there's one thing I got to love about that boy Trump, he turned the tables on your ass. He's a shrewd willer and diller, man. Private plane flying, shucking and jiving. No, I'm just kidding. Cadillac driving. Yeah, so he literally got these boys worried. They stressed out. And I'm here for it. But I honestly don't believe Trump should give them a break. I don't think these are the type of people that you can let up on and expect them to operate in good faith. Because even now, they're claiming, oh, we ain't worked out no deal. But you know they have. You know they have, bro. Nobody wants to die. And nobody is more scared of dying than somebody who then watched all his homies get blown the fuck up right in front of his face. Don't nobody want to end up like Khamenei? Let's play this.
We killed all their leadership, and then they met to choose new leaders, and we killed all of them. And now we have a new group, and we can easily do that, but let's see how they turn out. We have really regime change. You know, this is a change in the regime because the leaders are all very different than the ones.
We really have regime change because this is a change in the regime. So did Trump accomplish regime change? I mean, he sounded like he did. He sounded like, because this is really a change in the regime. This dude is crazy. Y'all might be right. Trump might be a lunatic. But he's my kind of lunatic, man. He's funny as hell. He's the comedic moment is never lost on Donald Trump. I'll give you that. That man knows how to make you laugh. Cause I be cracking the hell up every time. He make a serious situation funny as hell.
That we started off with that created all those problems. So this was, I think we can say, Jason, this is regime change, right?
What makes you trust them?
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust you. I mean, that's only because I know you. But if I didn't know you, I'd probably have more trust. But I don't trust anyone.
Why bother?
Why do you say that? Why do you say what makes you trust? Do you think I trust them? I don't trust them.
Then why bother talking to them?
Because they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. It was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people.
Is that nuclear related?
No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related, and it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people. Because, you know, you don't know, because the leadership was killed, all gone. Khomeini, all gone, as the expression goes, the past supreme leader. And then the new supreme leader was racked up, at a minimum racked up pretty good, and everyone else was gone. And then many of the people in the third tier are gone, but we're dealing with a group of people that I think turn out, and the present, the gift they made to us was very significant, and they said they were going to do it, and it happened, and they're the only ones that could have done it. Jennifer?
Now, listen, could you imagine, and this goes back to the point I was making about who would these liberals, who would their alternative be? Could you imagine Kamala Harris in a moment like this? Like, let's be real. Could you imagine Kamala Harris? Are you gonna do anything specifically for black people? No. Could you imagine? I remember Donald Trump was like, she talks in rhyme. Could you imagine Kamala Harris walking in with her Chucks on and her chopper suit? Her Stacey Adams, Steve Harvey edition. Could you imagine her trying to negotiate with somebody like a real enemy, somebody who really want to do Americans bad? I can't even imagine that. And I know if you have common sense, you can't imagine it either. Angel Bay, hey boo. Could you imagine word salad Kamala going to negotiate with the Iranians? Here's what we want. We want what we want. when we want what we want to want when we want to want it. They'll be like, dude, keep the nuclear facilities running. No one would take that woman serious. Yet you have people talking about, don't you regret not choosing a qualified black boy? This is who I chose. This who qualified to me. Somebody who gonna play dirty with their ass. Trump, they like, how you know you talking to the right people? Well, shit, they did something that we didn't expect them to do. That's when I knew I was talking to the right folks. Somebody who gonna get up there and just say what needs to be said for the sake of, it needing to be said. And I'm talking like Kamala Harris right now. Don't nobody got time to play with these folks. And not a single person on the left can tell you who their alternative would be. Let's remember, there was a primary. They had the opportunity to pick who they wanted. They chose to put the corpse in the place of a human and try to fool everybody again into believing that Joe Biden was actually capable of running the country. They had their opportunity. And that's what they chose to do. So now that we have our opportunity to run the country and rally behind the person we voted for, they want to get mad and try to shame us for doing it. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. You must never be unburdened by what has been.
Related to the Strait of Hormuz and the flow of...
Yeah, it was related to the flow and to the strait, yeah.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox.
Trump talking about it was related to... He basically just repeating back to him whatever they say. He like, I'm not telling y'all shit. Because they was talking all that trash. They was talking all that trash. Now I'm very interested to see what this gift is that Iran brought us. I'm kind of interested. He definitely succeeded in raising my curiosity. What is this gift? There's one more clip I want to play because it's looking more and more likely that we're going to have troops hitting the ground in Iran. I'm still one of those who believes that we're not sending in any troops. I'm still one of those who believe that this is a huge bluff on the part of Trump, because I know that this is what I believe. I believe that if Trump sends troops on the ground in Iran, I believe that it will force armed groups within Iran and around Iran, even in Iraq, to actually mobilize against Iran. Because that's kind of what happens. Once the United States commits to putting boots on the ground, all the other countries that might be enemies of the regime, they start coming to the front because they want to be the person who's going to receive the keys to the kingdom once the regime is overthrown. That's what I believe is going to happen. So I really believe that this has put Iran in a position where they really want to negotiate, because they're like, look, we can't have these dudes putting boots on the ground, because the minute you become distracted with the United States, you're going to have every enemy you got coming to the front trying to get they lick in. Kurds and everything else. There's a couple of groups that fight against the IRGC. And you do not want them to be in a position where you are totally distracted with the United States military, and now they could launch attacks on you at the same time. Then you're really going to be cooked. But a person who agrees with me on the situation in Iran and who doesn't think Trump should let up on the bombing is the crown prince or king of Saudi Arabia. He believes that Trump should continue whooping up on Iran, and I'm inclined to agree with him, but I'm also like, hey, dude, how many troops are you going to send over there to die? He was somebody who even 4 years ago was warning about Iran potentially getting a nuclear weapon. See, a lot of people talk about like Israel, oh, the United States, but what people don't understand and this is what they conveniently omit. They leave this out. There were other Muslim countries in the region who really were afraid and really were out here telling people, hey, these dudes are trying to build a nuclear weapon. It wasn't just Mossad. It wasn't just Israel. It was a bunch of people around.
Breaking news.
A bunch of people around that region who thought that Iran might be building a nuclear weapon, they seem pretty damn sure. So when you say, oh, this is the Zionist plot and all this stuff, well, if it's a Zionist plot, why were more people than just the Zionists, saying it? Why were more people than just the Zionists like, yo, Iran wants to build a nuclear weapon? And they've been saying this for years. And I can prove it. Maybe you guys are like, he can't prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it.
Out of Saudi Arabia, where Fox's Brett Baer just sat down with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
This was 2 years ago.
Who tells Brett that Iran getting a nuclear weapon would be, quote, a bad move, with the potential to start a war, quote, with the rest of the world. Here's an exclusive bit from this interview with Mohammed bin Salman, airing tonight on Special Report. Watch.
Are you concerned, though, Iran gets a nuclear weapon, about them getting a nuclear weapon?
Well, we are concerned of any country getting a nuclear weapon. That's a bad move, and you don't need to get a nuclear weapon because you cannot use it. Even if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, any country use a nuclear weapon, that means they are having a war with the rest of the world. The world cannot see another Hiroshima. If the world see 100,000 people dead, that means you are in a war with the rest of the world. So it's a useless effort to reach a nuclear weapon because you cannot use it. If you use it, you got to have a big fight with the rest of the world.
If they get one, will you?
If they get one, we have to get one.
Right there. If they get one, we get one. We got to get one. So guess what that means? Nuclear arms race. All over again. You set the world back 75 years easily. Maybe 200 years by the time they get it under control again. This was 2 years ago. Almost as if it's like today, right? Oh, Brandon, they're not building a nuclear bomb. Bro, this guy knows what the hell is going on over there. He got the money to know. But everyone's like, why are they doing it? Bro, listen, like I say last time, like I always, the two things that none of the geniuses could ever tell you. If Iran is not trying to get a nuclear weapon, why are they enriching uranium past 20%? See, the liberals, they'll admit that Iran is enriching uranium past 20%. They'll admit that. They just won't admit why they're doing it. Because if they admit that they know why Iran is doing it, then their entire argument goes out the window. Understand that. If they, because once you get past 20% enrichment of uranium, the only thing you could be doing at that point is building a nuclear weapon. Iran got uranium enriched up to 60%. And the other thing is, why won't they let the international inspectors into the facilities to check and see exactly what they're doing with their uranium? You're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, enriching it past 20%. Then you're hiding and not letting the inspectors in the country so they can verify whether or not you're out here up to no good. You guilty as hell as far as I'm concerned. And just like Ben Samin or whatever his name is said, if they get one, we got to get one. This has the potential to start a nuclear arms race. And when you look at like just the sheer amount of missiles, ballistic missiles, Iran had, the only way you got all these thousands and thousands and thousands of missiles it makes me think that you very well intended or expected to have to go to war with basically the rest of the world. It was like you're building up your arsenal so you could be the third power in a trio, right? In like an axis of evil. I feel like Iran was trying to like get their weight up. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, Russia got their weight up. China got their weight up. Once we get our weight up, then we can start talking bigger shit to the United States. And though I believe the United States could defeat all three of those militaries, even probably at the same time, which is very likely if you ask AI or even infographics, the United States doesn't really have a lot of capable allies. Our only real ally is Israel right now. Because as you can see, look at how long it's taken the other allies to mobilize to go to the Strait. They're not taking a long time because they just lollygagging. A lot of these dudes' ships are like inoperable. The situation in UK, when it comes to the ships, their navy and all that, it's absolutely pathetic. UK went from having one of the greatest navies in the history of the world to barely having only 2 aircraft carriers that are actually operable. And when they need fuel to run the aircraft carriers, they got to get the fuel from the United States. That's pathetic. But the good thing is, and this might be too little too late, this guy, the crown sultan of Saudi Arabia, he's finally getting to the point where he's so fed up with Iran, he's considering, very strongly considering, the possibility of joining in the fight.
Sandra, the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia are edging closer to joining in the war against Iran as both continue to grapple with repeated missile and drone attacks inside their countries. Matt Finn is tracking the latest regional developments. He's live for us in Dubai. Matt?
Hey, John, not long ago, India's prime minister said that he had a productive phone call with our president, writing, received a phone call from President Trump and had a useful exchange of views on the situation in West Asia. India supports de-escalation and restoration of peace at the earliest. Ensuring that the Strait of Hormuz remains open, secure, and accessible is essential for the whole world. We agreed to stay in touch regarding efforts towards peace and stability. Now, President Trump has been saying that the U.S. and Iran are communicating on ceasefire deals, claiming Iran is coming close to striking a deal.
They want peace. They've agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll see. You have to get it done. But I would say there's a very good chance.
Now, yesterday, Iran initially denied that it's holding talks with the U.S., but now Iran's foreign minister has held separate calls with his counterparts in Egypt, Oman, Pakistan, and Turkey. And those are the same countries reportedly attempting mediation with the U.S. and Iran to end the war. So it seems like there may be some back-channel discussions going on. And the latest update from the United Arab Emirates here, announcing the UAE Ministry of Defense mourns a civilian contractor, a Moroccan national, who was martyred while performing his duties during a routine mission in the Kingdom of Bahrain following an Iranian missile attack. The attack also resulted in the injury of 5 members of UAE Ministry of Defense. The ministry extends its deepest condolences to the family of the martyr, praying that God grants him mercy and wishes a speedy recovery to the injured. And also the top diplomat from the UAE indicating that this country may jump in on the war against Iran, or at least continue to back the United States, saying that it will, quote, never be blackmailed by terrorists, in reference to Iran.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I could understand what the people are saying about the Iran stuff, or like U.S. and Israel. Oh, Israel's not good, all this stuff. But bro, when you have other Muslim nations literally saying the exact same thing that America and Israel are saying, it's hard for me to believe that this is just a Zionist plot to destroy the world, or like somebody was saying earlier, this is part of the greater Israel. Like, bro, come on, bro. Israel been around how long? Israel been around for a minute. They haven't expanded at all. Where? They haven't expanded at all. What country have they taken over and been like, yeah, we're just taking over? They can't. You got all those Muslim countries around. Muslims got like 100 countries. Not 100. Not 100. But they got a bunch of countries, man. So when you talking about the greater Israel, bro, the greater Islam, that's the group who is spreading like wildfire. You screaming greater Islam, Muslims are entering every country on earth in large numbers. It ain't about me picking a side. I don't care. I don't have a side like that in that context. Greater Israel, but Muslims spreading all over the world, spreading Sharia law like crazy. Come on, for me, it gotta add up. Maybe for some of y'all, it just gotta sound good, right? It just gotta sound good, but it gotta add up for me. Muslims spread like wildfire, but the greater Israel is what we're focused on. That's wild.
John, Sandra.
No, Iran certainly not winning any hearts and minds in the Gulf states. Matt Finn for us in Dubai. Matt, thank you. Sandra?
Okay, let's bring in Brent Sadler now, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow, retired Navy captain and former Pentagon official. Brent, welcome to you. This obviously would be a big change in the scope of the war as we have seen it. What say you at this point?
Well, I mean, the potential entry of Saudi Arabia and UAE into direct conflict with Iran, I mean, they've been under blistering attacks for the better part of the last week and a half or so. And so the longer that Iran remains obstinate and resisting, ending this war, the more likely that these neighbors that are getting attacked join it. Whether or not that moves the needle to quickening the end of this war, that'll be to be seen, quite frankly.
General Keane weighed in earlier on what makes him skeptical about these talks. Listen.
I'm highly skeptical. Why? Because this is a regime for 47 years. They are pathological liars and they're cheaters. And it's very difficult to take them at their word. I'm not saying don't try, but I think the president certainly and his negotiators know who these people are.
And the president has given us some sort of indication that the people with whom they are talking are, quote unquote, reasonable. So do you have faith in these talks?
Well, I would side with General Keane on this one. This is not the time to relent at all on the military front. If anything, it's to apply more pressure to ensure that the Iranians are serious about ending their nuclear program, ending the murder of their people on the streets. The key thing, though, is probably good to reflect back on why we are where we are today with this regime. After 47 years, the nature of it's one that they can't live with their neighbors in peace, and certainly not with Israel. That's got to change. And they also have been a threat to American citizens. Well, over 1,000 of American souls have been passed because of this regime's terroristic attacks. And we need to find a place where a new regime is in Tehran that can meet that peaceful coexistence with their neighbors, Israel and the United States. And until that, we'll be back at this again in some near future.
One thing about Iran that makes me kind of question their intelligence is this. You continue to agitate the situation, funding terrorism, all this type of stuff, to the point where you got it to the point where the United States and Israel, started bombing you. At this point, you've been bombed out 2 times in 2 years. Wouldn't the smarter play have been to just pretend like you're playing nice? Pretend like you're doing everything that they're asking you to do while you quietly build up your stockpiles, maybe quietly enrich the uranium up to 90% or 80%. And then as they let their guard down, as Israel eases up, the United States eases up, as every nation has the tendency to do, nations don't just stay in war mode. They de-escalate, they shrink their militaries and stuff during times of peace. Wouldn't the smart move have been just to play along, go along to get along, build up your weapons capabilities and all that, get really strong militaristically under the radar, and then come out like, hey, we got all this capability, ain't nothing y'all could do, so don't try to play with us. This shows you that the regime is not being run by people who are operating strategically. It shows you that these people are more concerned. Hold on. What it shows me is that these people are more concerned with trying to save face. It makes me believe they're more concerned with trying to make things look a certain way than they're concerned with actually being able to deliver or actually execute on the stuff that they say that they're capable of. That's what I gathered from this. Because look at you now. You're not ready. You're not prepared to go to war with the United States or Israel, really. So what was it all for? What was the purpose of funding Hamas? What was the purpose of funding Hezbollah? What was the purpose of funding any of these terrorist groups? You could have just been quietly building until like 2050 and then just came out of a bag on everybody, and it wouldn't have been much they would have been able to do. This is why I know that these people are not like expert strategists. Like, I'm being real with you. They're not expert strategists. Because I promise you, that's what I would have did. And if I'm Khamenei, just when I'm on my damn deathbed, I push the button. That's when they would have knew what we had. When I'm about to, I would have been like, I'll use my last ounce of strength, shooting a missile right up Israel's ass. This is not strategic. These are not high level cryptologists or military strategists by any means. And I say that because you have so many people, especially like in the black world, the African world, you have so many people who give these people way more credit than they deserve. Guys, getting hit by the United States and Israel and then shooting up all your Muslim neighbors to the point where they ready to jump on your ass is not smart militaristic thinking. That's not good strategy, no matter how y'all try to paint it. That's not good strategy. That's absolutely stupid. And anyone who says it's not stupid, they themselves are stupid. But you see a lot of these officials, they're telling Trump, don't trust these dudes. Don't let up on these dudes. You know, they lie, this, that, and the third. And I'm inclined to believe that Trump is going to agree with them. You don't really need Israel to lobby to do what they're doing, because you have officials within the military and within the intelligence agencies of the United States who are like, hell no, never trust them. Go in there and wipe them out. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think there's going to be boots on the ground? Or do you think this is all a bluff by Trump to try to like pull Iran's card to see if they go ahead and surrender? I'm still thinking about what this gift that he received was. Because you know the United States sent a list of demands over there. They sent a list of hold on. So if they're negotiating, and there's somebody today, this dusty ass Nigerian dude in my little group on Telegram, he was like, oh, the fact that the United States is trying to negotiate is a win. It's a win for Iran. But if you look at what the United States is demanding from them, I don't think that's a win. Let me tell you something. There's no way Iran will be able to save face if they agree to do what the United States is asking them to do, bro. There ain't no way. The first thing, I'm just getting blurrier and blurrier, huh? The first thing, damn. Hold on, I'm trying to make my screen, my visuals better. Damn. Let me get that out of there first. Maybe that'll help. Visuals are weak. Okay, so yeah, if they agree to this stuff that the United States is asking, much better, much better. If they agree to this stuff that the United States is asking for, there's no way they're going to be able to save face. Period. There's no way. The United States is asking first and foremost that these boys fully dismantle all of their nuclear program. Done. No more nuclear program. That's like their bread and butter, bro. That's like all they got. And also, the reason why they initially were saying they needed nuclear is because they wanted to use it to like power their country. I don't know if you guys know this, but nuclear power is the cleanest source of energy in the universe right now. Nuclear power is the cleanest source of energy in the universe. Did you guys know that? I bet you didn't know that. They talk about wind and solar and all this crap. Don't even come close to nuclear. For like environmental reasons, nuclear is the cleanest. So they would be basically handicapped. They're basically trying to turn Iran into Japan. Well, Japan has a little bit of military capability, but they're literally trying to turn Iran into Japan after World War II. They're defanging them. They're defanging them. The next one is they want a complete freeze and a 5-year halt to all ballistic missile development and testing. 5-year halt. Can't build no missiles. I'm telling you right now today, if Iran agrees to this, they will never be able to salvage their image in the Muslim world. They're basically you basically they like you gonna become our hoe. That's it. And you gonna have to let United States inspectors in every couple of years, every couple of weeks or months, just to make sure that you're doing what you say you're gonna do. The third thing is immediate cessation of financial and military support for regional groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, and various militias in Iraq and Syria. I'm telling you, listen, if Iran agrees to this, bro, if Iran agrees to this, there'll be peace in the Middle East. I promise you. I promise you. That's how big these demands are, these asks are. Like, and the worst part is if they actually agree to this, all the conspiracy theorist Iran supporters, they're going to be crying in their freaking Cheerios. What? Our Islamic saviors submitted to the white man. Next, the immediate and unconditional reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to international shipping with guarantees against future interference. Come on, bro. Hey, my boy Trump is landing on thick. He ain't playing. He's basically making them an offer they could never accept. I'm telling you right now. This is like telling a man, you either got to give another man fellatio or you got to die. Just kill me. You going to have to just kill me at that point. Right? That's what they're doing. They are bending them over and getting ready to go to town on them like they in a prison movie. They lubing up with jelly, dude. That's how bad this is. I'm telling you right now today, Iran cannot agree with this and remain the preeminent power in the premier power in the Muslim world. Strict oversight, granting the IAEA qualified access to all sites throughout the country and allowing for intense 24-hour monitoring of centrifuge activity, bro. Guys, did I say they were defanging them? Because that's the only word you can use to describe what they're trying to do to Iran right now. They are literally defanging them. If you guys don't know what defanging is, that's something they do to like snakes and stuff. Dogs too sometimes, if they bite or they're a danger to the people around them. The next one is regional de-escalation, withdrawing all forces under Iranian command from Syria and respecting the sovereignty of the Iraqi government. Guys, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I know y'all got something to say in the comments. What y'all think? Y'all think Iran gonna agree to this? Yeah, LTZ, I was just covering that. A very big gift come from Iran. Guys, make sure you share this out to your friends, your buddies, your conspiracy bros, everyone. Let's let everyone know that we over here cooking with grease. We cooking with fire over here, baby. We are cooking with fire over here, baby. We picking them up and putting them down. You know what I'm saying? We are cooking with fear. Fire. Hey, listen. Iran, man, good luck, man. All I can say to them boys is good luck. Good luck. You in Greece? You in Greece? That's cool if you're in Greece. But this is wild. But guys, that's what we got today. Iran gets this list of demands, and there's more demands. I just didn't want to get Pops is from Greece. Yeah, my uncle was stationed in Greece a long time ago. He was in the military. So Iran is still talking tough shit. They've been given a list of demands. I don't know how they're going to swing this. I don't know how they're going to swing this. This is castration. If y'all say like, oh, regime change, this is regime change. Because the old regime would have never agreed to this. So we going to see what these Iranians are really made of. If they about to bend the knee or they about to, they ready to die to the last man. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm excited to see if they're as tough as they say they are, Y'all out there hurting innocent people. Y'all out there hurting innocent people. The people. Okay, so guys, that's our 1 hour mark. We went a little bit over, but it's all good. So now, what I like to do at this time, is cover other stories from around the world. We're going to cover some other stories. You guys have been really good about contributing to the stream. Please don't forget, if you feel like you want to donate, if you like the content, if you love what we're doing over here, and you want to help us grow and expand, contribute to the stream. We have a super chat feature at the bottom on the right-hand side of the chat bar where you can hit the $, make a comment, and your comment will be read aloud live. I had Eagle Eye. She had one up here, but I can't see it now. I had two that I really wanted to read, but I can't find it. What is this? No. Okay, hold on. Maybe I can get it here. No, man. Dang. Was it here? Dang. Mary Ellis, my sister. I cannot see your super chat anymore for some reason. The reasons that we... I don't know the words of that song. Guys, I'm pretty funny. I mean, at least I crack myself up. Don't leave. We're going to some more topics, guys. Chill. Chale. I'm just trying to see if I can see my sister's comment, man. Damn, I can't see it. Doggone it. Maybe. I cannot see it. But I know it was a $20 holler. Thank you, Zarth. Appreciate that. We get into, I'm just trying to give some acknowledgement to the people who blessed our stream, man. We need it. Thank you. Shout out to my boy Laughing Like Sagat. Appreciate you, bro, for the $2 holler. Many blessings means a lot to me. Damn. Let me see. Oh, man. You would think they would have a feature where you could just like click the chats, that the big ones, the ones that are, the ones that are, where they donated money, but for some reason I can't see it. So, okay, I don't know what she said, but thank you, Mary Ellis. I appreciate your contribution. She hit us with a $20 holler. Definitely blessing the channel. Appreciate everything you guys do for me in this channel. We're building back up, growing our numbers back up. It's really good. I'm having a good time. I'm live daily and just really, connecting with a new audience. Yeah, dang, I don't know where that one went. But thank you so much, Mary Ellis. I appreciate you and your contribution. So we're going to go over to, I think we could go to X. And I've been clipping these out. You're not going to believe what's going on in LA, the city where I am from. There are people right now, you might not believe this, but there are people right now living in the sewers of Los Angeles, a city that has a city in a state that has spent billions, literally tens of billions of dollars to fight homelessness.
Her answers
is dealing with people living in the sewer like the Morlocks on X-Men. Did you guys watch X-Men? I know I watched X-Men. Did you guys watch X-Men? If you watched X-Men, you know about the Morlocks. They're these people who live in the sewer, bro. It's wild. It's wild as hell. They lived in the sewer on X-Men, and the X-Men went down in the sewer to fight with them. Only difference is they have superpowers. These people don't have no damn superpowers. They don't even have the power of soap and water. But there are people living in the sewers in Los Angeles, and it just doesn't make any damn sense.
An up-close, exclusive look underground at living conditions too extreme for words. It's hard to imagine someone living in there. Trash, human waste, and an overpowering stench. I gotta get back. Just moments earlier, we watched someone climb out of that storm drain using the sewer as shelter. Water and food? Her answers hard to understand. But the area, 88th and South Grand, overwhelmed with RVs, tents, and trash. Hello, yes. Juan Nala with nonprofit Clean LA with me was picking up garbage here Monday. We got a lady living down there. When he saw not one, but two people emerge from the storm drain.
I can't explain that. A person living like a rat, worse than a rat, Come on. Hello?
And just 2 weeks ago, it happened again.
Someone is living in there.
Another street in South LA, another person living underground.
It's a human being. Why are we accepting this? Why? All the officials, they have to do something. They have to fix this problem.
It pisses me off. That's why I was like, what y'all doing? Finna tell them to clean it up?
Neighbors angry say they've reported the problems but feel ignored.
Like, we need y'all help. We need that money. The public here need that.
A shocking snapshot of survival at its lowest point.
This person doesn't deserve to live like this. Nothing even.
Hey, man, it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. But at a time like this, all you can do is look at the leadership. Y'all out here, oh, this is a sad, tragic story. Well, look who's running LA, bro. Look who's running LA. Look who's running California. When you look at the situation in the streets of Los Angeles, it makes perfect sense if you look at the people running the country. A bunch of Marxist socialist radicals. The lady Karen Bass, who is the mayor of Los Angeles, she is currently, okay, this woman has women in her city living in the sewer. Not to mention only about 2-3 miles away from that spot, you have women being trafficked all up and down the street on Figueroa, walking down the street butt-ass naked, getting trafficked. There's a socialist female mayor running Los Angeles, and this is going on under her watch. And do you know what she's focused on at this moment? I'll tell you one thing, it damn sure ain't homelessness and trafficking. She's focused on trying to rip down all the statues of Julio Cesar Chavez. I think his name is Cesar Chavez. Of Cesar Chavez, the famous migrant farm worker leader who fought for migrant farm workers' rights, legal American migrant farm workers' rights. She's trying to destroy this man's image posthumously by saying that he raped this lady named Dolores Huerta, who basically was the pass around for all the migrant farm worker big dogs. She's trying to tear down this man's legacy, saying he raped this lady who had 5 kids by his own brother, who left his brother and went and moved in with him, and left her husband to move in with the brother. Just a pass around. Right now, Karen Bass is on a mission to destroy Cesar Chavez's legacy. So she doesn't have time to worry about what's going on in her city with people living underground. She doesn't have time for it. She doesn't have time to deal with real issues because she's too busy worried about issues that really are totally unverified. Random accusations. And many people in LA argue that she's simply trying to replace Julio Cesar Chavez with Dolores Huerta because Dolores Huerta is a woman, and Karen Bass is a feminist Marxist.
And this is bad, and the area isn't safe either. We actually had to drive a few miles away just for safety reasons for this live shot. But the things we saw, we won't forget. An up-close, exclusive look underground at living conditions too extreme for words. It's hard to imagine someone living in there. Trash, human waste, and an overpowering stench. I gotta get back. Just moments earlier, we watched someone climb out of that storm drain using the sewer as shelter. Water and food? Her answers hard to understand. But the area, 88th and South Grand, overwhelmed with RVs, tents, and trash.
Hello, yes.
Juan Nala with nonprofit Clean LA with me was picking up garbage here Monday.
We got a lady living down there.
When he saw not one, but 2 people emerge from the storm drain.
I can't explain that. A person living like a rat, worse than a rat. Come on.
And just 2 weeks ago, it happened again.
Somebody's living in there.
Another street in South LA, another person living underground.
It's a human being. Why are we accepting this? Why? All the officials, they have to do something. They have to fix this problem.
It pisses me off. That's why I was like, what y'all doing? Finna tell them to clean it up?
Neighbors angry say they've reported the problems but feel ignored.
Like, we need y'all help. We need that money. The public here need that.
A shocking snapshot of survival at its lowest point.
This person doesn't deserve to live like this. Not even the neighbors.
So I just got a statement from the mayor's office about 5 minutes ago saying that this is tragic and unacceptable, and then they're going to be out there tomorrow offering resources and help and trying to clean up this area the best they can. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
So the mayor, oh, this is tragic. We're going to try to clean up this area the best we can. Bro, they know that these areas look like this. You telling me that Karen Boss need to know what Skid Row looked like? Oh my God, it's tragic. I had no idea that it was like that. She's a liar. And we're going to do the best we can. The best you can is clean it up. Go down there, clean it up, and tell that crackhead lady, hey, if you come back down, you're getting arrested. You going to jail. But the reality is they keep talking about homelessness. I live in LA County, and I'm telling you, the problem is not homelessness. That lady that you see in that picture, in that video, that is not the face of homelessness, bro.
Trash.
That is not the face of homelessness. This is not the face of homelessness. This is the face of drug use. This is the face of drug abuse. And the city of LA helps drug addicts stay on drugs. They give them needles, all types of stuff. They help them stay on drugs. This woman is not even homeless. This woman most likely has a place to live. But the problem is, if you guys will forgive me 1 second. This woman isn't even homeless, guys. This woman is a drug addict who wants to stay out all night and get high. Now, I don't know her story, her personal story, but I worked on Skid Row for 2 years. I know what's going on with these people. These people, 9 times out of 10, have somewhere they could go. They mama house, they sister house, they cousin house, whatever. A lot of these people used to have apartments because a lot of them have children. They get hooked on dope. And the reason why they stay in areas like this is because every day the dope man know where to go find them. They stay in these areas because they can get dope 24 hours a day. She's in a little isolated part of LA off the freeway, it looks like. Once it gets dark over there, she can, believe it or not, it's some dirty ass dudes who run down here and they'll sleep with this woman for money. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. They'll sleep with this woman for money. Desperate dudes. I'm not going to say no name, Mexicans. I'm not going to say no races, but that's 90% of who it is. 99%. These dirty ass dudes will go down there. Pause. These dirty ass dudes will go down there and lay up with this woman at night. Bend her ass right on over this doghouse. Throw her $5-10. She's so doped out. She don't know what they giving her. Bro, listen. I'm telling you. Ask anyone from Los Angeles. These dudes will run up in a bum. They don't care. They do not care. They will roll up, bend her little ass right over that doghouse, run up in it raw, no condom. I promise you, no condom, nothing. Nasty. Run up in it. Maybe might toss her $5-10 and keep it moving and come back and do it the next day. I promise you. And she, because she's so doped out, that's her only source probably of money. So she'll sit there and wait all day, all night for them same dudes to come through. Boom, bam, thank you, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Then she go right to the dope man. And then on the first, she'll go over to her people's house where her check come. She'll get that check, go cash it, or Maybe her people got to get deposited. They'll give her a couple of $100, right? She probably got a food stamp card. They'll give her, it probably come on her food stamp card, as a matter of fact. Let me stop lying. It probably come on her little card. She probably got a little card. And she go and take the money out the bank or whatever and then go give it to the dope man. Smoke it all up in a day or two, right? And then she's right back to hooking to get high. That's what this is right here. That's what's going on right here, y'all. This is not homelessness. This is drug abuse. Because when you come to a place like LA, they done damn near decriminalized everything. So she can get caught with drugs over and over and over and over and over, and she'll never go to jail. See, but what people understand now, what you never understood was laws are there as a protection for people. Not only protecting people from other people, but sometimes laws protect you from yourself. If she was in Women's Central Jail right now, she would be able to get sober. She would be getting clean. You could catch this lady with drugs and drug paraphernalia in literally 30 minutes. You lock her ass up, take her down to the jail, Central Jail, let her get a shower, a hot meal in her stomach, give her a cot, let her lay up. They got areas and stuff where they let people like detox, right? And she'll at least get a 30-day reset, and then you let her out, and then she could, at least with a clear mind, decide which way she wants to proceed. But now, these damn greedy-ass LA politicians, let's decriminalize it. They want to decriminalize it because that's how they help the crime rate go down artificially. Let's just decriminalize everything. If nothing's a crime, crime is down. It's disgusting, it's sad, and it's pathetic. But nobody wants to acknowledge the facts about the situation. Everybody wants to sweep the shit under the rug. And as long as you keep doing that, you're going to keep having situations like this with people like her. And they're going to keep screaming, homelessness, homelessness, homelessness. But the situation is far more complex than her simply needing a place to stay. She got a place. You see this dog? No, I'm just fucking around. But she most likely has somewhere she can go. Because she has to have an address to be getting these government assistance, the government assistance. It's sad, bro. She walked up on that man. Can you buy me some eat? Give me some McDonald's. Just no shame. Her dignity is gone. She don't care who you is. Just give me some McDonald's. And I bet you if the camera wasn't rolling, she would have told him, I'll bend over for you right now over here, and you do what you want to, and just give me a couple bucks. $5. See, that's the hard part with the charity aspect. See, they use the charity to survive. That's where they get their food and stuff when they want to eat. And that actually enables them to use all their money for drugs. Oh, these people bringing me free food. So I don't got to use money for food. So I can use all the money for drugs. It's a vicious cycle. That's what I learned. That's why I stopped taking my ass down there to Skid Row. And it is perpetuated by the sellers, the users, and the people who say that they down there trying to help. Because everybody is getting something of value to them out of the situation. You think LA Midnight Mission want to close its doors because homelessness has been eradicated? Hell no. They pumping millions. They getting millions and millions, maybe even billions of dollars running through that place. They gonna keep it up and running. The millionaires who own it gonna keep it up and running. You see what I'm saying? You think Lydia House and Tarzana treatment facilities, treatment centers, you think they want to fix homelessness and drug abuse? Hell no. That's where they make their money. They've made this an industry. And as long as it's an industry, it's going to keep on going. It's going to keep on going. The damn mayor, oh, this is a tragedy. We're going to get somebody down there to help. Help and do what? Help and do what? They just say anything just to get you out of their face at the moment. It's real pathetic. I showed y'all the video, but I'll let y'all see it.
Earlier, we watched And this is bad.
Y'all
And
wanna
the
see it
area
one more
isn't
time?
safe either. We actually had to drive a few miles away just for safety reasons for this live shot. But the things we saw, we won't forget. An up-close, exclusive look underground at living conditions too extreme for words. It's hard to imagine someone living in there. Trash, human waste, and an overpowering stench. I gotta get back. Just moments earlier, we watched someone climb out of that storm drain using the sewer as shelter. Water and food? Her answers hard to understand. But the area, 88th and South Grand, overwhelmed with RVs, tents, and trash.
Hello, yes.
Juan Nala with nonprofit Clean LA with Me was picking up garbage here Monday.
We got a lady living down there.
When he saw not one, but two people emerge from the storm drain.
I can't explain that. You know, a person living like a rat, worse than a rat. Come on. Hello.
And just 2 weeks ago, it happened again.
Somebody's living in there.
Another street in South LA, another person living underground.
It's a human being. Why are we accepting this? Why? All the officials, they have to do something. They have to fix this problem.
It pisses me off. That's why I was like, what y'all doing? Finna tell them to clean it up?
Neighbors angry say they've reported the problems but feel ignored.
Like, we need y'all help. We need that money. The public here need that.
A shocking snapshot of survival at its lowest point.
This person doesn't deserve to live like this. Not even the neighbors.
So I just got a statement from the mayor's office about 5 minutes ago saying that this is tragic and unacceptable, and then they're going to be out there tomorrow offering resources and help and trying to clean up this area the best they can. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
We're offering resources and help. Y'all, this lady is past the point of an offer. At this point, this woman needs a lawful intervention. Now, you don't want to tread on somebody's rights. I get that. But what you do, if you have any sense, you use the law to help that person. If I could get you off dope for 30 days by taking you to jail and giving you a chance to get clean and go to a treatment program or go to some NA meetings while you're locked up, I'm going to do that because that's going to help you. You happen to be breaking the law because we caught you with a controlled substance. But when you decriminalize that stuff, it really puts you in a position where you can't, it handicaps you. You can't even help these people no more. You can't even help these people no more. Do I want that woman to get arrested so she can go get some help? Yes. Yes, I do. Use the law in a humane way to help somebody who just can't help themselves. We won't even do it. And then you see the woman, she's like the voter, she probably don't vote, but the black lady, the other black lady, she's like, well, we need that money. This and that. She's only concerned about her needs. She's not worried about her black sister, the queen, sleeping in the damn sewer like a Ninja Turtle. She just like, I want the money y'all gonna give her. And then you got the feel-good do-gooders run down there every couple of weeks with their church to give out sandwiches and then pat themselves on the back all week. Oh, we did what we were supposed to do. That's why it's a vicious cycle of enabling, right? It creates a perfect environment for somebody to live like that until they die, or by some act of God, they decide they're done and they want to get clean. I got an auntie who been on dope 20 years, bro. It's not something that fixes itself. Trust me. And she has a support system. Can you imagine how somebody's doing with absolutely no support system? And I don't even feel sorry for these people. But I do want to see them get some help because they can't help themselves. But there's a industry, a business, there's an industry that profits off of that person's suffering, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you want any more news on that, go look it up. Homeless lady living in the sewer like a Ninja Turtle. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments because I'm definitely checking. Now we got to go back to the nonsense, y'all. My people, my people. My people, my people. We at it again, y'all. I gotta say we, cause this is us. I ain't gonna look. I might not like a lot of y'all, but I ain't gonna disown y'all. I ain't gonna do y'all dirty. We still in this together, man. But my people is back acting a fool on the Carnival cruise ship. I don't know why we do this, bruh. Why do black folks gotta get on a boat to act crazy? This just make me think, what the hell was it like on a slave ship? We probably was acting out, bro. We was probably showing out. Good thing they didn't have body cams back then. You probably would have saw them damn slaves doing the most. Shout out to Brandon Rayford Owl in the chat. You can't tell me we wasn't cutting up on that slave ship, bro. Black folks is like, I'm going to get revenge for 442 years of slavery, bro. They get on Carnival Cruise and act out.
I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, pop off. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Pop off.
Pop off, bro.
You broke ass nigga. Eat your money right.
Why is this dude recording the dude who recording? You got one job, bro. Keep the camera focused on the action. Bro recording the jersey of the dude who recording. Pop off, bro.
Oh, she gonna slap her.
Look at the white people. They standing by. They don't even run no He came around the chair, y'all. Ooh. May the gods of YouTube not ban me. Bro, you done violated that man. You done violated that man. We caught the first strike, but y'all see what the results of the strike was. Y'all see what the results of the strike was. Y'all contribute to the stream. We can watch the aftermath of that. Because if I play that, I'm getting demonetized for sure. But this ain't making nothing. Bro, literally, I did really good with the pause, though. Hey, I did really good. Shit, slave ships probably was worse. You don't want to be in a room full of angry Negroes. Look, don't play it. We need a close-up. Y'all contribute to the stream. I'll give y'all a close-up. I don't even care. But I'll be demonetized. But y'all got a lot of, hold on, let me see. Let me see what I can do. Bro, fired on bro. Jesus. Woo. What feet? Hey, he thought old head was tripping. He was like, bro, you trying to show off because you here with these white hoes. Bro was not trying to show off, bro. You don't never mess with a man with a hairline going back that far, but he trying to keep it long. You know he done been through some shit. No, he got punched. He got punched. Do you see this dude land on his back, Zarth? He got punched. That was a right straight. That was not no slap. Fired on old buddy. Knocked his ass smooth out. He got slapped or punched. Dang, put him down. He needs some milk for sure.
Bro.
Jesus.
Nigga, you from Palm Beach. You ain't from Dade, nigga.
And these heifers, you from Palm Beach, you ain't from Dade. Bro, listen, it don't matter where he from. The way he got hit, crazy. He looked like you. He looked like you when you got knocked out. That's crazy. I never got knocked out, but okay. FBA Young Lion. It's good to have you in here, man. It's good to have you in here. You still got that Tariq Nasheed tattoo on your right above your ass cheeks?
We told you to stop.
Yeah, they told you. Hey, and if the females told you to stop because you know they like drama, then you got what you deserved. Oh, of course. They're going to find a way to softly discriminate on cruises. Trust me. They're going to find a way to softly discriminate on cruises. And it's a lot of ways you could discriminate against black people because there's a lot of shit we just ain't got. Like, I'm going to be real with you. I remember what they did with the rental cars when they was like, you got to have a credit card to rent it. Remember when they used to let black folks rent with a debit card? That was only for black people. I got a homie right here. I'm not even going to say his rental card agency, but he's not. He's from Pakistan. And bro told me to my face. Because one time I needed to, I had a deal with a rental car place, a company. During COVID, my business in the white folks area, I'm not telling y'all nothing about the name, none of that. Y'all ain't about to try to mess my stuff up. But during COVID, my business went mobile. And so we were able to work out a deal with a rental car company to where they was letting us get rental cars for like dirt cheap, like $12 a day, because wasn't nobody renting cars because everybody was in the house on COVID. So we was able to get rental cars for like between $12 and $15 a day. And during that time, I was rolling rental cars every day because the more cars we would rent, you would get free days. So we was renting cars every day. So like every 3 or 4 days in a row, we would get a free day. So I was, big boss man in the whip, driving a rental, whatever I wanted, driving it around every day, all day, because I would use the free day. But he told me, he was like, yeah. He was like, when we got a customer who we don't want to rent to, the company told them, if it's a customer who looks trustworthy and upright, you can let them use their debit card to rent the car. But if it's a customer who look unruly, like they trying to get a car and you don't feel comfortable letting them get it, they put it in the company policy just so that the management could use it to discriminate against people. A lot of times when you go to a place and they like, oh, you got to have a credit card, even hotels do it. I've literally seen hotels let a white person use a debit card, then a black person walk up and they like, you got to have a credit card. I've literally seen it. I'll tell you where I saw that. It was at the Marriott right here downtown Long Beach. Walk in, go to the desk. Oh, I want to get a room. Okay. Debit card. They don't even say nothing. Okay, thank you. Boom. Run it. You black? You pull out that debit card? Oh, do you have a credit card? We only allow booking with credit card. If you don't book it like that, you got to book it online. That's what they tell you. And then when you come in with your online booking, they say, oh, well, we need to get a credit card on file for incidentals. That's how they get you. There's ways to discriminate. Oh, Callie, I tell people all the time, liberals are the most racist people on earth, bro. The liberals are the most racist people on earth. Y'all don't understand. Y'all looking at all these people waving these LGBTQ flags and all that stuff. These trans people, racist as hell. I live in a gay area. They're racist, bro. They're racist. I got a gang of white people living around me. The only person who give me any smoke is a lesbian, white lesbian. That's it. I promise you. The only one who bothered me, called management on me, one lady, white lesbian. But then I put a sign up in her window, we love tolerance and we love all people and all this shit. Yeah, right. That's what they use to get you to let your guard down. Or so that you'll let them take something from you that's yours. That's how they got you to give them civil rights and let them participate. So they could benefit from it more than you do. But yeah, we gotta stop. This happened on a Carnival cruise. Video shows 2 men getting into a physical altercation when the man in the red shirt takes a punch that takes him to the ground. Seems like a classic case of FAFO, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we get on a boat, we get on some water, and we don't know how to act. I see why they chained our ass underneath that motherfucker. You let us up on the deck, we showing out. We is showing out. Okay? I'm waiting on a white person to come with the joke. See what happened when you let them above deck? When you take the chains off? These dudes is just out here, okay, the white man ain't got to brutalize you. You going to go brutalize each other, bro. This ain't Amistad, bro. This look nice. Look like bro was sitting down having a couple drinks. Bro was like, you think you special because you here with them white girls. Bro, mad because he ain't there with no white girls. Don't be mad at him because you chose to bring your big back. The most racist thing I experienced in my neighborhood? The most racist thing. What is the most racist thing I've ever experienced in my neighborhood? In this neighborhood, I haven't experienced anything racist. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll tell you the most racist thing I ever experienced in California. And this was pretty damn racist. So I was probably like 20 years old. And I had just got with my daughter's mom. And she wanted to go to the beach at night and have sex. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what she wanted to do. But anyway, so she wanted to go to the beach at night. And it was 4th of July, And so I don't drink or nothing like that. So I was like, cool, we could go. So we were going to watch like the fireworks because they launched fireworks from this boat. So we didn't want to go in Long Beach because at that time I was a gang member and I had some issues with some people. So I wasn't going to go to the beach at Long Beach because there was a good chance I was going to see some dudes from the other side over there and it would have just went up, especially on 4th of July. That's the best time to shoot somebody because everybody's shooting anyway. So we went like 2 cities over to it's a little city right here called directly next to me is Seal Beach. That's about 3 minutes away from where I'm at right now. It's Seal Beach. And in between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach is this little city called Sunset Beach. Probably just a little tiny, you drive through it. If you didn't know it was there, you would go through it and you wouldn't even know. It's literally a 3-minute drive to get through the city. So we go to Sunset Beach and we park the car and we go out on the sand and we chilling, walking, and you can see the little stuff jumping off the fireworks or whatever. So while we walking on the beach or whatever, a cop car roll up. It's like an SUV. And they roll up on the sand. And they like, hey, what y'all doing? And I was like, walking on the beach. And it was bad because I had a gun on me at that time too. They was like, what y'all doing? I said, walking on the beach. And then he was like, where y'all from? I was like, we from Long Beach. He was like, don't they got beaches in Long Beach? I was like, I'm sure they do, but I like this one. And he just was like, they start laughing. They just rolled off. I probably would have shot those dudes. I'm not gonna lie to you. If they would have tried to like play me, like try to get up on me, I probably would have did something to them. Cause in that type of situation, that feel like a Klan situation. Like, are y'all gonna try to smoke a nigga on the beach and then say that he drowned in the water? I didn't know. My mind was just, I was in gang member mode. So, when you living in that mode, it's kill or be killed. And I'm not a dumb black person. Every time I like interact with the cops, I understand like I could die. They could die. I had that kind of mindset back then. Right? Yeah. Well, she was my daughter's mom at that time. Well, she wasn't my daughter's mom at that time, actually. She wasn't my daughter's mom at that time. She was just my girlfriend. But yeah, Ryan, my wife. But but I just called her my daughter's mom because it's just like, I don't know. I don't know why. I've been saying that lately. Who cares? But anyway, so I had that type of mindset. And so it's good that they chose to just roll off and they didn't try to escalate nothing because, I was young. I was like in love too. So I was like, I'm not about to let them dudes do nothing that could hurt her. And the beach was like, it's dark because it's like in that area, it's a bunch of rich people it ain't no like lights. It's dark. It's dark. So my mind just was like, ain't no telling what these dudes could do. But bro, I promise you, at that time, I would have probably did something like that. Because when you living in the streets, that's why I understand sometimes what people be doing. Because when you're living the street life, people already out to get you, and you kind of out to get them. And that's why a lot of gang members don't really have problems with cops, because gang members realize cops are just people too. They just people with guns legally. And you're a person with a gun illegally. That's the only difference. But I didn't know, because I was like, we in Orange County. You know, you hear the stories and stuff of things that they say happen with cops out in those areas. And I was like, damn, this is probably one of these moments. So I didn't know, but I was definitely on edge. And I definitely was like, these dudes could do something to us over here and nobody would ever know. I promise you. Like, you never know what somebody could do to you. But, I mean, good for us. They were cool about it. And I will say that is the hands down most racist thing I ever experienced. And I kind of think the cop was saying it because he thought I might be one of those black dudes who like, hey, how could you say that? That's racist. But little does he know, I don't give a shit about no racist comments. That don't mean shit to me. You try to do something to me, then I'm going to be trying to do something to you. But he just got the right one that night. I didn't give a fuck about that. And we went on about our business, and we just kept walking. When we stayed over there 2-3 hours, dude, I think we fell asleep on the beach and might have woke up like 5 a.m. or something. So they clearly wasn't trying to escalate the situation. But yeah. Excuse me. But back in those days, man, yeah, boy, I remember to this day because I had a black Scarface. Remember that black Scarface jacket with Tony Montana's face on the front? That I had one of those, and it was like gray on one side and black on one side. That's what I was. To this day, I remember what I was driving. And I was driving my Acura Integra. Actually, I didn't have the Acura Integra. I had an Acura Legend. Actually, they don't make those anymore. But yeah, man, things happen. But anyway, that being said, I ain't never getting on no cruise boat trying to fight nobody. Now that's stupid. That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I be looking at black dudes like, we got enough shit to deal with. So, so it's like, why do you want to, when you in a place where, like, I feel like when black folks is on cruises, the whole attitude should be like, nigga, we made it. We up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we just be going on cruises every week. So why you want to get there and ruin it fighting and stuff? That's stupid. Like that was a true nigga moment. When that dude started tripping, my mind would have immediately went to the show The Boondocks. Like, I'm not doing this with this nigga. I would have just walked off. Because what do you prove? And then you got dropped. And they probably was both faded. It's like, it just makes no sense. But I know y'all remember those Scarface jackets. But that's some drama that happened on the Carnival cruise ship. Like, if you guys want to like play a little game, tell me what you think people might do. What might some of these companies do, you think, to like softly discriminate against unruly people? I wouldn't even say they discriminate against black folks. They discriminate against unruly people. Because the punishment for a black person gonna be the same. Unruly black person is going to be the same as the punishment for an unruly white person. This video, right, to do like a national emergency. Oh yeah. We just doing
solid outside. Says it look like
we doing a lot of crazy stuff out in these streets. Meanwhile, we screaming racism. Black folks. I mean, white folks, they racist. They racist. They you know. White people are racist, and Joe Biden, the biggest threat to people, the biggest threat to America is white supremacists. Crazy stuff. I would challenge Joe Biden on that. I don't know where these dudes is from. I don't know where they at. Y'all probably know. Look at the background. But why are these kids that look like they about 14 walking around with?
I don't know female being a trench high, being a trench person, home marker.
We from 77 and Green, you know?
Oh, we 23. Legs.
Block shit, man. 7 block shit. Man. Y'all know how we come in. Block shit, man.
How you coming,
They from 7 block.
Stop the gas, I'm down the block. Call us solid outside. Say so look like flame house. We make sure run off thing on block. We smoking mook, we smoking dog. I don't let drummer, you know what's up. I know I up and get back up.
Got flash for the bus.
CTA.
Catch that ass.
Catch up, don't get no pass. Spake them up, gave them the belt.
There goes the neighborhood, y'all. I don't know where they live, but I know I don't want to live there, bro. And why is a girl rolling around with these dudes? Like, girl, take your ass in the house. This is these little dudes and them dudes on that cruise have got the same energy, bro. Just the other dudes is older.
Put on Fox, no, you gotta know.
Been around. This shit been around. This shit been around.
I got on my head how 5 niggas felt that slick. 19 next, I'm clapping shit. Has to be taking throw my brick like back to back. We treat the dicks. His ass ran and still got hit. Smoking G-Nick in his bitch. Fuck face.
Fuck Quio block too.
Fuck Dello, Peso,
Fuck MTV, man. Y'all know that. Fuck
the line all my dick. You know I done I forgot. Fuck ESD on my dick.
Fuck ESD. Yeah, fuck MTV too. Y'all know that.
Somebody right there. Let's do 2.
Who that?
All that ran fast.
I know.
Thinking it's that.
That's all I gotta say.
I don't know female being a trench
on the couch. I guess it's on the couch. I don't even know why I clicked that, but that was just ridiculous, bro. Why? What? Go to school. Get an education. See, me, I was in the streets and stuff. I can't knock them. But I wasn't doing no dumb shit like that, bro. First of all, I was driving, not walking. I had a car since I was about 15 years old. Yeah, that type of stuff is never gonna make no sense to me. Walking down the street on foot in the middle of Kalamazoo with all types of switches and Tommy gun clips. It's really ridiculous. But it is what it is. That's and then they die and people are like, how did they get shot? Like I was like, you know, we was after each other when I was younger, but we were smart enough to be like, okay, I'm not gonna be an easy target. You gotta like, gang members are generally kind of dumb. So to get caught and shot, you generally got to be kind of dumb too. You could go one town over and avoid all the smoke that you got in your city for the most part. If I'm in Long Beach and we beefing on the east side, okay, I lived on the east side, but I didn't go home till like 3 o'clock, 4 in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night. And when I went home, spin the block, go through the back because the dog back there, he fucking whatever up that come back there, you going to have to kill him. So if I hear him back there moving around, barking and woofing, ain't nobody back there. I go through the back door, lock that motherfucker, we good till the morning. Bring the dog with me in the house. My dog always slept in the house with me. And before I go out the back in the morning, his ass was going out there. So get your ass ate up if you want to. But it's just little stuff. It's just little stuff that makes a big difference. What the hell? This is why I don't be on Twitter, bro. Twitter just be having you in a whole loophole, like a whole damn chamber of people being violent, man. So I don't know if you guys heard about the situation with the young Hispanic lady, Sheridan Gorman, who was killed in a senseless act of violence by a bum outside of her college campus while she was walking, trying to view the Northern Lights in Chicago with her friends. So imagine you're just like, the Northern Lights, we want to see them. So you wake up early in the morning and you walk around the neighborhood, around your school, just to get a glimpse of the Northern Lights. And some bum jumps out the bushes, pulls out a gun, and kills you. Imagine how you would feel if you sent your kid to college and you got to get a call saying that they were killed by a random person who jumped out of the bushes on them at 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning when they was trying to see the Northern Lights and just open fire on them. But imagine how much worse you would feel when the mayor of the city, who basically, their policies continue to allow people like this to roam and maraud the streets, refuses to even issue you an apology for the tragic death of your child, and instead chooses to make it a political moment, taking no accountability. Well, Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, was questioned by a brave reporter who did what most people wish they could do. He asked him a very serious question about the death of Sheridan Gorman and the state of crime and how the criminal situation in Chicago has been exacerbated by Brandon Johnson's soft on crime, illegal immigrant coddling policies.
Mayor Johnson, Bethany McGee, I don't know if you remember her name. She was set on fire on a CTA train by a repeat violent offender who was out on the street because of your policies. She never would have been set on fire. She would be living her life right now, but for your policies. Now, again, we have another young lady, 18-year-old Irish girl, Sheridan Gorman, who is dead at the hands of a suspect, an illegal alien, who, once again, was out on the streets because of your policies. Okay?
What's your question?
He wanted, I'm sorry, don't interrupt me.
I want you guys to pay very close attention. This man is Hispanic, so he ain't saying this for no, racism, because of racism. These people created, these Democrats, these democratic socialists, they created a situation where they allowed thousands and thousands of violent, illegal criminal offenders to come into their cities. The criminal offenders are doing crime, hurting citizens of their cities. Look at this guy's face and his total lack of emotion. No regret. All done in the name of Marxism for the Conrads to usher in the communist utopia. He doesn't even flinch when he thinks about how his policies contributed or attributed to this woman losing her life. That's what you guys want to put in the White House? An emotionless shell of a human being who does things because he has a satanic or demonic attachment to his political ideologies. He can admit admit that they're wrong, or maybe they've been implemented in the wrong way. And when you bring up the people suffering, the American citizens suffering at the hands of these illegal criminal alien migrants, he just looks at you like, who the F are you? He looks at you like you're nothing, like he doesn't even see you.
Don't interrupt.
Get to the question. Respect.
Don't interrupt me. Respect the question.
What question?
Respect the question.
Ask it. What's the question? All right, Craig.
Could you have a little respect?
Goes both ways, man.
Sheridan Gorman is dead today at the hands of a suspect, an illegal alien, who was out on the streets because of your policies. You've spent hundreds of millions
Ask the question.
of taxpayer dollars to protect these illegal aliens. You've instructed the Chicago Police Department not to turn them over to ICE.
Right.
Do you have anything? You didn't even issue a statement which I guess is better than the statement you released,
We got it.
announcing that Bethany McGee was an isolated incident, which is an insult, which is almost evil.
Please get to the question, sir.
Did you coordinate with Governor Pritzker not to release statements as a way of trying to diminish the death
I think I
of
understand your question.
Sheridan Gorman?
So there was no coordination, between me or any other level of government around this tragedy. What I can say is it is a tragedy, and look,
A preventable tragedy.
As someone who is raising a family,
You don't have any problem interrupting me, do you?
Do you want the answer to your question?
I want to answer the question here. And look, as I said in my opening remarks, as I prepare to send my child off to college, of course you want to send them into a place that they're going to thrive and grow. And it's heartbreaking. It's a tragedy. And what I can say though is that my work to continue to create safe and affordable communities, that work doesn't stop when we have a tragedy like this. And as we continue to grieve the loss of Sheridan and other victims who have fallen because of senseless violence, we're going to double down on our efforts to ensure that we create safe communities across the city. And we're going to continue to.
Will you apologize will you take this opportunity to apologize to Sheridan's parents for the policies that you have promoted that would directly caused her death? That suspect would not be in the city, would not be in the country, but for your policies. Will you take this opportunity to apologize to Sheridan?
He's not going to apologize. He's not going to apologize because he can't. Because he can't admit that what he's doing is directly leading to, these young women losing their life. He doesn't care, for one. He's going to serve the Democrat establishment no matter what. That's what people have to understand. These people don't care about you. They don't care about me. We're just a number for them. All they're worried about is, what do we have to do to try to get our guy in the White House? But I point this out as a warning to everyone. These people are playing a totally different game from the game you think they're playing. And they have willing accomplices. Who gonna turn into Batman? Who gonna turn into Batman, Turdy Tyke? Who have willing accomplices. You talking about the reporter? He probably is, low key. But they have willing accomplices. I have a friend. He works down in LA helping homeless people and stuff. You should listen to these people talk. Not only have they totally bought into the nonsense that these politicians sell, as these politicians basically just rape the city for billions while doing absolutely nothing to deal with the problems. They've trained the employees to regurgitate their mindless talking points verbatim. You wouldn't think that was even possible, the way these people regurgitate these talking points. But that's what they do. And it creates a wall between the politician, accountability, and the constituents that voted for him or that are under his leadership. And that's what Brandon Johnson is doing. The people who work for him, before this guy can even finish his question, they're trying to cut him off. Oh, are you done? Ask the question. It's like, bro, somebody's life was lost. Somebody lost their life due to policies that this man put in place. And we can't ask him a question about it. This man has instructed Chicago PD not to turn illegal immigrants over to ICE so they can be deported. So they're releasing these illegal immigrants back into the street, and these people are committing crimes. And the reporter can't ask the mayor, why won't he let ICE just take these people out? Why he continues to why does he continue to perpetuate a volatile environment that is literally taking the lives of his constituents? You can't even ask the question. They're shielded. They're protected from accountability in the moment. But I promise you, if criminal negligence was ever a thing, Brandon Johnson is guilty of it.
We're all grieving the loss of Sheridan and other folks who have lost their lives.
You're right,
because of
Zart. They
senseless
want
violence.
chaos.
And let's just be very clear, between the Safety Act and the Welcoming City Ordinance. The Welcoming City Ordinance was passed 40 years ago by the first black mayor in the history of Chicago. And the Safety Act was passed under the governor, at that time who was a Republican, Governor Rauner. Thank you for your question.
So you will not apologize to Sheridan's parents?
Hi, Mayor.
You have no apology? You have nothing to say to them?
I want to follow up on some of the...
He's crazy. No. We send our deepest condolences to the parents of Sheridan Gorman. You know, it's a tragedy that we believe is, preventable. And we're going to seriously look at the policies that are on the books for the city regarding illegal immigration and the enforcement of the law. And we're going to do our best to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. You don't got to say you're going to change all the policies, but you just say something to give these people some type of hope, some type of acknowledgement. At least Trump met with the families of the soldiers who died in Iran or in the Persian Gulf personally, one by one, and talked to them. Let them know he's sorry. His heart goes out to them. This guy sits there like the damn Manchurian Candidate. That was just a movie, but this guy, Brandon Johnson, looks like he might be the living incarnation of it.
For appointments. What's taking so long to get somebody appointed to head?
Right, but then the other reporters come through with some straight up softball questions, man. That's sad. We covered this story yesterday. But it doesn't get any better when you deal with these politicians who seem like they couldn't care less, like they couldn't give a damn about, what's going on. Been a minute since I've been through this way. Brandon, you still was my favorite no jump ropes. Let me try to stay locked in over here. You don't have to. I mean, y'all go watch what y'all want to watch. I talk about stuff that's really going on, man. I don't got time to talk about street beefs in LA, man. These dudes is over there still talking about the same stuff. But that's what the audience wants. Give the audience what they want. We building another audience. Honestly, I feel like I got most of the no jumper people out of my algorithm, which is, I'm okay with that. But we working on it. But thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate everybody coming through, showing love. Yo, what up, Costa? This is my brother from Chicago right here. He's in Chicago right now. Costa Nova in the building. Good to see you, my brother. What's the word, B? But thank y'all for being here. I want to make sure I didn't miss nobody on like Cash App or nothing because we're about to wrap it up, y'all. I'm got to go head over to this volleyball practice, catch the last hour. Okay, that was easy. Nobody contributed anything on the Cash App, I don't think. Oh, shout out to Patricia. Thank you so much for the $180. Thank you, boo. Hey, people be showing too much love, man. Patricia always coming through with the big bank. She don't contribute often, but when she do, she makes her impact felt, okay? We appreciate the kind that jingle, but we love the kind that fold. So she basically put us at our goal. Passed it. Boom, blew it out the water. How do y'all feel about that? Guys, what should we talk about tomorrow? What y'all want to hear about tomorrow? If y'all tell me what y'all want to hear about tomorrow, it helps me not have to worry about it. Yeah, I'm about to get out. You know family. You know I'm a family man first. Come on, stop. You know family come first. And I hope y'all prioritizing y'all family the same damn way. Get y'all ass off of the YouTube and go in there and sit down with your family and eat. But I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate everything you do for me and the channel. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.